Annie, thank you so much for joining Destination Expert by Inspire Mice. Today, we are here with OnStage Academy in a very special venue just for you to talk all about sports events in the United States. So here's Jess and Annie with you.
Hello. If you don't know us yet, I think we know a lot of you, but if we have not had the chance to meet, like Chris said, I'm Jessica.
I'm Annie.
And we are on Stage Academy DMC. We serve corporate groups all around the US. And today we'll be talking more specifically about sporting events. So I'm going to go ahead and
Before you share, let me show this.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so this is a sports bar that holds up to 1,000 people. We chose to do the event here. This is a very fun atmosphere, and we're gonna which can showcase events here, pre and post parties for sporting events happening in Orlando. But this venue has locations in a lot of other cities in the United States, and we are partners with them. They really make this environment very like the stadium, where they have fog machines, lights, and strobes, and a lot of props. There's so much. They have areas for bands and live music. So there's a lot going on in the venue. But let's go to the presentation of everything else we have to offer. So we're going to start through.
Yes, I'm trying to bear with us as we are in different venues. So like sometimes the internet might fail us a bit since we're not in our office. But like Annie said, there is a lot of sporting events coming to the US. We regularly have already a lot that naturally happens every year. But besides that, we have big international events coming in the next few years.
I think one of the things that I think we need to emphasize is that United States can know how to do sports events. Those guys are always going above and beyond with all sorts of experience pre, post, and during game. So we've learned so much that today Brazil is actually really good at it, and some other Latin countries. But and funny enough, they realize that this is a huge worldwide opportunity for the international clients, because they always been very, very big on the domestic events. Now they are bringing major events to the US. So we as you can see, from Olympic Games to FIFA to F1, things that were never here before, because I've been here long enough. I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been here for over 20 years. And I realized that, oh my God, now they finally got it. The world lives around some of those major sports. So, and they do masterly. They are very good at it. They do a lot of entertainment. That's why even the venues are like this, has lights and everything, and we can sell that. And it's a very important sell because it's a package already that is already has a lot of things built in that we can sell.
And as you'll see, like obviously, like we can always include a one-day event because it's something cool. It's a different experience. Like Annie said, everything is very themed. But a lot of them, as we'll go over, it's more than just a one event that you have a night. Like just so you have an idea, these are multi-day events that there are some groups that only come to participate on the different events surrounding each one of these events. Besides the fact that a lot of them take place in very cool destinations.
Once you start living in America and you realize, you see that there's this tailgating, pre-game, post-game, fan fests. All those things are very, very strong and very, very exciting. Sometimes are as much fun as being on the stadium. They make it really cool.
And I'm going to share a little secret. I'm not personally a big sports person, but I grew up here, and I am a person that does love, not only like love the surrounding events. So like there will be football games. Sometimes I will go to the tailgating and not go to the game just because it's such a strong culture, the one that happens around the actual sporting event.
Club. Spirit. Be forged at the time. However, we were just watching. FIFA Club, we looked it up. 100 days to go.
In reality, right now we're about 95 days to go, but that is basically the main focus when it comes to sports right now. Um, the FIFA Clubs World Cup is something that it's very new, and right now, like tickets just went on sale, options just went on sale. It's something that it's going to happen in different cities throughout the United States, and there are all sorts of options that we can offer, from share hospitality options to fully private options, plus all of the experiences that I was talking about that take place besides the actual game. So like if you have like a group that is in town and maybe might not be planning on going to the actual game, there are fan experiences, block parties with live entertainment, with big screens happening in the game. So like you'll be able to explore this option with groups regardless of what you choose to do.
And of course, soccer is a major thing for our uh, clients. I mean, we are soccer fans everywhere from Latin America, and this one takes place in United States, Canada, and Mexico. So it's pretty interesting to just think about that and see what are the options that we have to offer. The dates are really coming up for both. And then we always want to talk about the surrounding events, because some of those things are as cool as the actual event, and the hospitality opportunities are really, really great. We The thing about the sporting events, we always have to take under consideration that we need to work with a little bit of window on time if we want to get the prime pricing and prime experiences, because there is a lot of people that are really, really into it, and different from other countries. America plans way in advance.
So like talking about that specifically, oops, and I was already jumping in. When do this type of sales are available? When is it that you have to plan for this stuff? What is the key timing? That is about 6 months prior to the beginning of the game.
Before that, the schedules are not out. We know the events, we know where the rifle is from the events in general, but 6 months is the date to understand any of the sporting events, is where they normally use the date official.
And besides
The
that,
location.
another thing that we would like to touch base on, it's on the process. So buying tickets for this type of events, sometimes you'll see proposals and then you look it up and it'll be like, hey, Jess, I went and I check it out, but online I see this price for tickets, or I see that, or whatever. What we're working with here and what we're offering here, it's options for groups. Besides, like if you have more than 9 people, 8 or 9 people,
You cannot buy online.
you even can, through different transactions, you cannot guarantee that people will be sitting together. You cannot guarantee anything. Everything changes by the second. You don't have any assistance of any sorts if anything happens.
And I have to make sure that I mention something that I've been listening to this for years, and I want to make this very clear. And some of you guys probably even experience. We need to buy from a reliable source. There is a lot of things that sometimes they're like, oh man, I found it cheaper. And I'm like, you can buy. I'm not going to be responsible for the ticketing part of the event then, because I would just buy for sources that I know are reliable, because we've just had major problems with Copa America, World Cup when it happened before. There are so many stories about people that couldn't get to the stadium after purchasing tickets for. So we want to make sure that this is not an issue on our end ever. And I want to relay this message to you guys so you feel comfortable. Even if sometimes it's not the best deal, you might be able to find it online a little cheaper, but it's not through our reliable source.
It's not a second of Vontae Smith makes the catch, and was just rifle. It should be a first down. 5 of 6.
This is where United States runs around.
Hurts.
It's humongous in the United States.
So yeah, Super Bowl. Super Bowl is a yearly event here in the United States. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. This is the big thing here.
Yeah, this is the end of the season. The major games are always fun, and we can always provide what we're talking about in the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl is the creme de la creme because it involves also a concert. There's so much going on, and the energy, it's just to the roof.
Besides the typical hospitality options, in this case, there's also the option of doing corporate tents that actually is outside of the stadium, but you can still like they come fully loaded. It's kind of like if you've ever experienced a tailgating. It's if you've ever gone to a tailgating, basically, it's more on that kind of aspect, which also still happens. It's just a little bit different rules for Super Bowl itself, but this is a lifetime opportunity. Availability, it's super low. So again, 6 months prior, that's when ticket sales start. If you have anyone interest, it's important to guarantee everything as soon as sales go out. This is something requests that we typically get from big corporations. A lot of it sometimes have already sponsorship packages and they have access to the game, but then we can work on the entire logistic around it as long as we have enough time.
Let's move to something that is kind of new for the United States. I know it's been known other countries, which is the Formula One. Formula One, I mean, it's Brazilians, we are very fond of that type of sports in Senna, and it's something that happens in 3 Grand Prix in the United States now. One that is very glamorous in Miami that just started a couple of years ago. Then we have the Grand Prix in Austin, and then Las Vegas. One thing that caught our attention is the price points vary tremendously, but we also have to tell you that the experiences are quite different too, and also the celebrities that go and visit. This is something that sometimes could catch your client's attention. Some of those Grand Prix, you can see everybody. Hollywood goes. It's something that they invest on bringing these big names. So if you are in hospitality, you might be interacting, just like in Brazil in Carnaval, you have the opportunity to be around in the camarotes and stuff. It's the same concept for the paddocks where when you go to a F1, and that's why it's so pricey. They do have different experiences, and the paddock club access gives you even access to the pits, which you can really get the vibe of the event. This is really cool. And then also there's the VIP trekking and seating.
Yeah, so there is from the paddock, like which is like basically their pinnacle hospitality. It's the best of the best in there. That's typically a share hospitality option that you can also arrange to have a private area within the paddock area. And then there is like the VIP trackside viewing. So different experiences.
And different price points.
Exactly.
But we also have to take under consideration that we even looking into price points, some are twice as much as the other one. But these events, they move the city because, you know, the tracks are within the city. Vegas and Miami are in the center of the city. So there's so much happening around that it's really intense and really fun. So there's a lot of things going on.
For you guys to have an idea, in Miami, they even have like a yacht viewing area. So like the sky is the limit when it comes to these events and unique experiences that can be created. Obviously, we have the typical like pit stops or meet and greets, seeing a celebrity driver, et cetera, et cetera. But besides that, each zone brings its own unique experience throughout it. And you mentioned price changes a lot. I would say like if you are working with a more limited budget, but you still have a client that is interested on attending an F1 event, the Austin one is definitely the one to go with a more limited budget. The other two are a lot higher price, but then again, it's a lot more glam. We're talking about Vegas, we're talking about Miami. So different deal. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip a little bit through the videos just because of the limited time. But continuing on the racing, now we're going into NASCAR.
So F1 is major for everywhere else, getting to the US now, but the NASCAR is a religion in the United States. I mean, I've learned by going to some of the events and the way that they produce the event around the race with the choppers coming through the sky, a major singer opening, a lot of stuff around the track for you to visit if you don't want to be watching the race for too long, which was my case. I mean, depends on the person, but the event is, we have the come back, Jess. We have the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte, which is the three that we chose.
There's way more than this.
And then we have the the Indianapolis and the Daytona. We think that those are really kind of the highlight ones because they're very unique, but they go throughout the year with, it's the same thing as any other sports. There's several other ones that you could potentially get to utilize around the date if you have a specific client coming to. This is something we can find probably year round for the clients.
One unique thing I would like to mention about this, because like as you notice as we go through the slide, a lot of the hospitality options are very similar one to the other. What will change a lot is the events surrounding the main event. But in this case, as far as hospitality go, they do have some the option in some of the races, not all of them, of kind of camping on the race. So like some of them will do it with RVs, where you can get RVs that come fully loaded.
Very luxury IVs, the
Exactly.
rental airstreams, which is really cool. So this is like something very unique where you are in the center of the race, for example, here in Daytona, which is something very out of the box, something very experiential if we think about. So that might give you a different edge to your clients if need be.
And then finalizing the racing trail, because as you can see, there's a lot of racing going on here. There's also the Indy 500 that is super popular here in the US.
Yes.
And again, all of these racing events, as well as some of the other ones that will be like we've been talking about, they're multi-day events. So it's not just
the
going
race
to
is
the
one
race.
day, but they do prior and after parades, meet and greet, Hall of Fame. There's
Qualifiers, practice rounds, then you can even
presenting new athletes. They have so much going on. They really create an atmosphere around the event, which is really, really cool.
Now we're going to switch a little bit of subjects and go towards basketball, which is probably one of the most popular sports that we get requests for, and is themed of it today. And obviously the NBA, there is the NCAA, there is the NBA now, but NBA being the most popular one, we obviously have like the whole season that it's really hard to tell what games are going to be where, because like it depends on how the games go.
And the college basketball is so much fun too. And because they want to qualify to become official NBA athletes, so they really go for it. And the colleges, they are very strong cheerleaders. So there's so much variety on the basketball. And I mean, I'm almost positive that a lot of you guys had experienced NBA sporting events, and like I was playing with the number ones and all of that. They really make this very, very experiential, a lot of lights, a lot of music, a lot of interaction. So it's really fun, and we do have some really cool VIP experiences, and even like interaction with the court, or even with the athlete, depending on the game.
Correct. And like in this case, depending on the specific tickets we're looking at, this depending on the specific hospitality option we're looking at, we can consider from backstage tours before or after, or like some of them practice rounds where you can go see how they warm up after the game is over, pictures on the court. Like, so it depends on the specifics of each game and where it is, and the type of ticket we're exploring. But like unique experiences can be created when it comes to basketball. Now we're going to go to tennis. And when it comes to probably the entire webinar we're doing today, there is about 3 different sports that we're talking more old money, more glamour, more celebrity type of deals. Tennis is one of them. We have the US Open that takes place in New York, and then we have the Miami Open that takes place obviously in Miami.
It's part of this grand surrounding throughout the world, and some major other events happen. We're of course focusing on the US ones. We are always giving you guys dates unless it's to be determined, but this event is very glam too. You're always going to see a lot of celebrities sitting on the major events, so it's not only watching the event itself, but also everything that surrounds the event. It's really unique and very high end.
Okay, and then
it's fun.
Yeah,
really fun. I mean, I love watching tennis. So
UFC, it's been a thing that has been getting bigger and bigger, every time more popular. And then we have like the Ultimate Combat Sports Festival that takes place in Las Vegas. This is like, I mean, as much as action as you can get. This is 100% adrenaline.
A lot of Latin fighters. So we do have this our our clients like Mexicans and Brazilians. They have athletes, so that's really cool. Became really popular through in the world right now. The Vegas locations are
It's a perfect place
mind
to
blowing.
host this, honestly.
I mean, the president was in the past game. I mean, there are so many celebrities that you can not see anywhere else, but you see them on a UFC fight.
And then you have like the more traditional events that happen within the event, like the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and like the the UFC Expo, which it's basically media. You can see how coaches get interviewed. You can get autographs from fighters, et cetera, et cetera. So really cool as well. Um, the other one that I mentioned, I mentioned there were three sports that were all money. The second one will be like the golf events. Here we put a couple ones, the Masters being the best of the best. That is the pinnacle of events when it comes to golf. That takes place in Augusta, Georgia. And one important thing to talk about this, also like same thing, super limited availability. This is huge for celebrities, but the crazy thing is that Augusta, Georgia, if you Google it right now, it's not a place that you will think that this type of event will take place at. It's a place where you will not find a 5-star property. I don't even think a 4-star property on the destination. However, they create everything to be very high end. So it's a very interesting opportunity. And then the Arnold Palmer Invitational actually happens here in Orlando.
Just
And
happened now.
yes, it just, and then
Last week. And it's amazing. I had the opportunity of participating. Like just different than Jesse, I am a sports fan.
yes.
So every opportunity that I have to see or participate on a sporting event, and they do have amazing VIP experience, normally sponsored by MasterCard. The way the event happens is very pleasant. They pick the right time of the year, so it is really, really cool.
And within it, they have like another tournament, for instance, that is professionals with amateurs. So that's really cool to see. You have meetups. It's another level.
All the golf course right now are booked here because they always make because a lot of those people are players, so they go watch and get inspired, and then there's so many golf courses.
And talking about specifically about the Arnold Palmer Invitational that happens here on the Bay Hill Court, there's even the option, they have like kind of like a suites hotel to explain it, where you can create your own private let's say hospitality area viewing party within the actual event.
Yes, in the field.
They say baseball isn't like it used to be. They're right. It's faster, younger, harder.
I'm gonna skip it later. You guys can see it, but it's a whole idea. Baseball is more popular in certain countries than other, but it's a very family-oriented event. They have a lot going on around it, a lot of autograph sessions on their fan fest. They do competitions that who can like.
I had the opportunity of participating in some of the hospitality suites on the baseball. I am not personally a big fan. I don't understand as much, to be honest. But the energy and just watching how many people are very involved, and they understand, and they want to teach you, and they want to involve you. It's very taken, and the infrastructure that they have, because this event is so big here in the US, it's mind-blowing.
Talking specifically about because we are in sports and social, there are some baseball stadiums that are actually attached to the entertainment complex where sports and social is located at. So like Annie mentioned at the very beginning, this is a complex that is in several cities within the United States.
Yeah, and I went to the San Luis one, where one complex from this company is attached to the stadium. So the pre and post game, and even a viewing area from the complex, we can buy it out and do a VIP experience. They have so many options. And what I would like to say this is, it's not necessarily on the major cities. We can go to different cities and have a really unique experience. So if a group is going for a specific experience in
Kansas City,
in Kansas City, in
Philly.
Baltimore, Philly, we can also offer experiences for baseball, for basketball, for, I mean, the major stadiums. I think any major city in the US has a major stadium. Sports are really big deal here.
And then important to mention about baseball is that like we'll have the 2026 World Baseball Classic, which is like a worldwide event, and then the final is going to be actually in Miami. As you can see, like I'll have it here in the presentation. You guys can look it up later. Like some of the games are even going to be in Tokyo, so like it's a diverse event. If you have any baseball fans, this is something definitely to keep in mind.
Somebody needs to put the
Yeah, there is someone's mic open. I think that might be interrupting everybody else. So if you can just mute it, that would be awesome.
Thank you.
And then this video I will actually play for you guys because I was even asking Christina if she knew about Kentucky Derby. And funny enough,
I know because I watch Pretty Woman.
a lot of people don't know about Kentucky Derby. And Kentucky Derby, I'm gonna describe it as the country Mardi Gras of sports. This is a thing that even if you don't like sports, you like Kentucky Derby. So I'm actually gonna play this.
No other day can compete. The atmosphere, the excitement, the glamour. I don't need an excuse to get dolled up. But for everyone else, here's Derby Day.
Derby.
So I want to see you dressed to the nines. Hat on head, drink in hand. There's nothing can compete with the Kentucky Derby on NBC.
So, oops, what was this? Oops, what is happening? Oh, sorry. Wait,
Okay, so the Kentucky Derby,
here.
it's a really, really unique experience that happens every yearly, and it's normally in April, and it's in Louisville, Kentucky. And it's just a very unique experience that kind of brings the essence of America in so many levels, because they have to dress, they have some traditional things that they do when they flip the 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 grass where the horses had there's so many different
And
details, and it's involves so much money and so glamour, and kind of reminds you of something that they used to do back in the day in England or whatever. So it is really, really
And
exciting.
besides that, this is not like, forget, like, if you don't like the horse racing, forget that. They have like a multitude of events within that event. They have a festival with, they have concerts, they have
Carnivals, they have everything.
they have a marathon that happens throughout the event. They have a pageant, a beauty pageant, because they pick, you know,
the best gown, the best hat.
they have a balloon, inflatable balloon festival that happens through Kentucky Derby. The opening is one of the biggest fireworks shows in the U.S. So
It's
like,
almost like in everybody's bucket list
yes,
in America to attend this event at least once in their lifetime.
yes.
Kind of like when you do carnival in Brazil and you say, at least once I want to see how it is. And Kentucky Derby, although it's a very high-end experience, it's not popular like carnival from Brazil. It's really unique. And
Yes.
I think it's something we can totally explore with a corporate group. They will be
This is the type of project, if you want to offer something different and you want an all-in-one place, this is something to explore. It's definitely, out of everything we've spoken about, is the most different and the coolest of all sports. I think this is the last one that we're going to be talking about, which is the NHL Winter Classic. This is outdoor hockey, and crazy enough, this is going to happen in Miami. So picture this in Miami. It's going to be on the Marlins Stadium, which is like the baseball stadium. So it's going to be a really cool event to attend as well.
But I want to open the parenthesis for the hockey sports events in general, indoors and outdoors. They transform some of the basketball courts into hockey courts if they don't have their own. Up north, they have their own stadiums, but in depending on the areas. And the hockey is such a cool event for us Brazilians, for us Latins. Why? Because we like action, and hockey has a lot of action, and it's very fun and aggressive. But it is, and you are, even if you don't cheer in the end of the game. I was in Nashville watching one. By the end, I was like, almost like, oh my God, am I like in a soccer game? Because I was like, oh my God, like, you got into the vibe in so many levels. It's such a cool experience.
A lot of people don't consider them because I guess it's not as popular in a lot of the international destinations. But
I was the one that was like, okay, we're gonna go because it was invitation for a fam trip. Okay, by the end, I'm like, dude, I need to sell this. This is such a cool experience, and it's very affordable too.
yes, I was
which,
gonna mention that.
which is something we can. I mean, we can do a very very high end VIP experience, and you guys can feel the really American experience in there. So I really like that too.
And then we're not going to be talking much about this, but then we do have the Summer Olympic Games that are going to be coming to Los Angeles, California in 2028. So this is something also to keep an eye on because it's
'Cause it's
also going to be another major international event that will be
Worldwide,
happening
yeah.
in the US in the upcoming years.
Like I said, United States is really trying to bring everything that is sport related here. They do very well sporting events, and the key and the challenge, I'll put it this way, that we have is normally the organizer pre-purchase and block every hotel in the surrounding. So if you're not speaking directly with the event organizer, sometimes you don't get the best rooms. And of course, here in America, the planning goes a little further than South America. I'm Brazilian, I can say that part, but honestly, and sometimes when we want to pitch something, we are very subject to availability. So anytime you're talking to a client that is your client already, that you talk to them, say, hey, we want to do something sports. Let's plan really in advance that particular one, because we are like pricing goal, like right now for the cup, just so you understand, I already know that the price is already doubled, and we are still 80, 90 days to the event, and the price is already doubled. I already bought purchased my ticket because I want to guarantee to see my team. But we always have to make sure that this is something that is going to.
Unfortunately, we've had the case in the past where we get some last minute requests for some sporting events, and it gets to a point where there is literally no availability or where to stay. Like that is like not even a price situation. It's a matter that there is nothing. Let me just wait. How do I stop it for a second here?
Okay, so the backdrop here, just so you guys know, we can do multiple events, but we can also do a big event screen, which is something that we can always make really, really branded for our clients. This is something that I know we love to do it, and more it works. So that's one of the things that I wanted to mention for the events on the venues prior or post, or if it's surrounding and sporting events, or a brand that works with the sports too, because a lot of the times, even if it's not the event, we work with brands that are connected directly or indirectly within sporting events, and that helps a lot for us to pitch because it gives you the vibe. I mean, there's so much more. We can be talking here for hours. We try to go fast, at least to run.
And we always go over our time. We're actually over our time. This is crazy.
We are done with our round.
So one thing like I wanted to mention is like, so how can we as OnStage Academy help you? It doesn't necessarily have to be like, let's say, tickets for any of these events, which we can obviously help you with, as I mentioned at the beginning, but all the logistics around it, all the creation of the experience, everything from A to Z, we're here to help you guys. Our idea, and we always say this, is to be the extension of your team in the US. So like, you need to do a site inspection and show your client the sporting play we're talking about. We can go ahead and do that for you. So whatever you guys need, just shoot us an email, talk to Cristina. Let's set up a meeting. We're super open-minded. We're super flexible. We want to talk to you personally. We want to understand your briefings detail by detail. We'll ask a lot of questions also from you so we can create the best experience possible. But it's basically that we're your partners here in the US.
And we are very happy to see that we have some of our other partners from other DMCs participating here with us today. Thank you so much for being part of our fun morning. We did this is the one that we kind of went a little further because there was
Yes.
so much information. I'm sure a lot of questions are going to pop up from you guys. Please feel free to contact us. I want to leave us with a really good note because I love this phrase that is right behind me. Excellence is a habit. This was a phrase for Shaquille O'Neal. And well, this is what we're trying to do, trying to make them have the experience of a lifetime with us. And with each one of the DMCs that Inspire represents, I'm sure we're always going to be able to do that because we are always sharing information and becoming good friends too.
I don't know if in any, I don't know if we can, I think we can, but like, I don't know if anyone has time right now and if they have interest. And if you do, maybe you can put it on the chat and we'll figure it out. But since we are physically here on the Sports and Social, which is within an entertainment complex here in Orlando, um, for some of you that are here, I know we've offered.
Look what they did. When there is a goal and happens, look what they do. They make look like we are actually in the arena.
Yes, it is very fun. But what I was gonna say is if anyone has interest, put it on the group. We can show you some of the spaces here in the complex. I know that for some of you guys that are here, we have proposed this place and some of the other ones that are here. If you want to have a little bit of an idea, want us to show you, just let us know. We're here right now, so this is the perfect time to show you
Yes.
if you have that interest.
1 second before we
Guys,
move.
thank you so much. Sorry
No,
for
no, I'm not
the
gonna end
extension.
this, Annie. Just hold
Go
a
ahead.
second. First of all, think of questions, comments. What would you like to ask? But before you do that, I want to say that we have here, Inspire Mice is this vibe of putting people together. I mean, you guys and me and the DMCs that Inspire Mice represents. And here with us, we have Rethink Africa, we have Pantera in Panama, we have CMX in Monaco, we have Beat Meetings in Mexico, and we have TC Group in the UK and Scotland. So this thing of putting everybody together is an excellent vibes, an excellent way to show how we work. And even put together destinations in the same trip. We can always put everybody together and discuss and have ideas and talk. Let's do this in this country so we don't repeat in the next country. So this is an amazing vibe that I want to share with you. Another topic, the series of Destination Expert by Inspire Mice is on fire. And we have lots of next events coming up. Next one on March 21st, we have CMX Monaco. We're gonna continue the vibe of sports. We talk about Formula One and also the amazing things about Monaco. Don't miss. And the next one is Mexico, and we talk about sports events in Mexico. So taking the vibe of the World Cup in the US and Mexico, let's also assist and see and get more information on the destinations as well. You will get to know the agenda. We have others already booked for you. And I want to thank you enormously for having such amazing audience for this Destination Expert, for OnStage Academy, ladies that totally rock. And okay, let's hear you speak up. Let's just hear your voices and let us know. What do you think? What do you want to ask?
I see Adriano has his
Let's
hands
go and
up.
see the venue.
Adriano, you're muted, but like I think you can unmute yourself.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, just firstly, thank you so much. Good to know you guys cover all these like major events. Quick question. I had clients going to a Miami Heat game last year. It was a bit of a heebie-jeebie. Eventually, the client managed to organize a box themselves because it's a big company, it's Reckitt, and well, anyway, it worked out. My question is, like, it was a random, it was a Miami Heat game, and I don't know who else, I forgot now. But in case we already have like a trip going and it's a group going, and then they like decide, because you know how Brazilians work, they come like 30 days before the trip. We saw there's a game on the Wana Fish Base Day. Are you able to organize it? Are you able to like help us with that? Be it with like NBA. No, whichever game. I mean, like a random game, like any random game.
Adriano, I'm going to open a parenthesis. OnStage was born from Aloha of America. Aloha of America is another company that I have that works only with special events. So I've worked with so many events that, yes, I've done last minute things. I always want to let you guys know that when we're talking about whole trip, there's a lot of things in place, a lot of other logistic things and that might, and we are subject to availability all the time. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
because
given.
I
But
know how
yes,
sports are in the States. It's very competitive, and the people pack the stadiums every game. So that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Like, if you can,
exactly.
if you like, you
So
get a
like
last minute.
the
And
answer, the
yeah,
easy answer to your question is we'll always try. If there's availability, most likely we'll be able to help you. The main issue when we typically cannot make it happen, it's because one of two things. Either there is no more
Sold
availability,
out.
it's
Yeah.
sold out. Um, or like it's a budget issue because sometimes like as it gets closer and there is
They
limited availability, the prices
make it.
spike
okay,
up. So those
okay.
are the two things that could happen as we get closer to the events. And talking a little bit about that, one thing that I like to mention, because a lot of people when they come asking for hospitality options, they're thinking mostly of private suites. And sometimes for these events, private suites is not the best way to go. The share hospitality options are a lot better
There's
than
so much fun
the
with share
private suites.
hospitality
And
options.
private suites are typically reserved for sponsors first. So let's say you have, and this is unfortunately something that has happened to us ourselves. Right now, if you wanna start reserving Formula One Las Vegas, for instance, they're not on sale yet. Typically, again, everything goes on sale about 6 months prior. Um, but they take deposits that will give you priority to the sales, not to the space itself. Even this does not guarantee that you'll get the suite. Like it might come when the ticket sales go out and they might come to you and tell you, oh, all of the sponsors took the suites, so I'm just going to give you your money back.
And I live this experience personally.
So
The hospitality, I'm not saying that suites are not cool, they're amazing,
yeah.
but the hospitality sometimes is the way to go because you have all inclusive area. You normally buy where the athletes pass, so we can normally see the athlete, and the seating is normally lower bowl in every event, which gives you very close to field experience, where sometimes the hospitality suites, although they are really good visuals, they're more up in the upper side of the bowl. So it's a matter of choice too, you know.
Okay.
But yes, we can
And
definitely look into it.
just one
Ask,
last question. One last
ask
question,
away,
I promise.
Adriano. Ask away.
As you know, Brazil is tapping into, well, because now WWE has gone to Netflix here in Brazil, and it's a growing interest. Would you guys work with that if a client comes and like, look, we want to see some fun entertainment, wrestling, and so on? So I just want
Yeah.
that was my last question. If a
Yeah.
client
Like
asks,
we try putting the major events on the presentation, but there is so much more than that. Like we could be the whole day here talking about every
Yeah.
sporting event there is here.
Yeah.
And like there's one even for video games. So like if you're into Fortnite and those things, there are tournaments for those. So there's everything you can think of, chess tournaments. There's I mean, what was
You
it?
name
There
it.
is one that I don't even know. What was the name in Clearwater of the one that
Don't know.
I don't even remember the name of it, but it was a cool, really cool sport. So like there is a crazy amount of them. If you have
And
a
also,
request, let us
and
know.
also, if you know the client really digs in a sport, like for a fight or something, even if we cannot do the court thing nowadays, some of those venues, the watch events, we can make it really cool too, with these humongous screens and stuff like that. That might be an opportunity if we are on a budget or if we're sold out, but the clients are involved into the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fights are something that are late at night. We can definitely do a whole day of activity and then offer them something to enhance their day by day for sure. So the sporting events, of course, on location is always the to go, but maybe the client is in Orlando and there's the fight is in Vegas, but we can make it happen here and do a VIP section and make them experience as
Or if
close
it's
to
an
the
incentive with like a more limited budget, like they don't have the budget of the big corporations that can buy out the suites, but they still want to have that type of experience. It can be created something for them, so they can still experience the excitement of the sport.
yes.
thank
So
you,
guys,
excellent.
thank you, Adriano. Jesse mentioned, I don't know, maybe we can do some videos too if you guys, because I know we went over the time, but we can do some videos to showcase the venues that we have in here for future right now, and it's just send it as with the presentation right away for everybody to
Or
be able
if
to
anyone
see.
wants to see, we can show you quickly what we like. The videos we can always create, but I was just curious, just taking advantage that we're physically here. If anyone wanted to take a look at the spaces, because at least here in Orlando, like this entertainment complex is a big deal, and a lot of things happen here, regardless of being sports or not. But up to you guys. So I'll let it. I know we had a limited time for it. We went over it. This is just an extra credit thing that I threw out there in case anyone was
Yes, I guess
interested. If not, we'll show
if
you
people
videos.
if people are available, we can move forward. Anyway, we're recording. If you have to go, it will be recorded and you get the link. So feel free. And once again, I thank you. But Jess, go ahead.
Okay. Do you want to just
I want to
show a
see. I
little
want
bit
to
here?
see it. I want to
Yes,
see.
I can. Okay, so first, we're going to talk about sports and social. Sports and social is a venue. Can you turn it around, Jess, so it's easier for me to show
Oh,
you?
no, because it's on the computer. I can try to get on the phone. Wait.
Okay. So sports and social holds up to 1,000 people standing, 500 people sitting. They have like up there a mezzanine area. They do have a full area for a full band. So if we do a corporate event or something here, there is a full, and the infrastructure that they have over there, there's another VIP area. Everywhere you can see there is screens, a lot of screens that we can brand. Like for example, right now there's an OnStage logo on the side of the major screen. That there's 4 screens, but we can make it one big one. And there is so many bars, and this place is very lively, and it's in a complex called Live at Point Orlando, and it holds 6 venues, one beside each other. We've done a couple of big groups where we do block parties that we close it out for the corporate America. But we've done so many different events here, and the venue is big. This one is just a sports one, but if you go outside to the rest, they have a country PBR. They have a kind of speakeasy one. They also have another one that is. So we go outside here, and they're all right beside each other. A whole bunch of venues, and they're all connected to each other, and we can, I don't know if the internet is going to go that far, but we've done so many different awesome events everywhere here. The country bar has like a mechanical bull. And
See if I can, let me quickly see if I can change it to the phone so it's easier to show.
okay,
It's not-
so this one is called Houseman. Houseman is the one that is kind of like a how do you call it, an English kind of speakeasy pub. If you think want to take a quick look at it, it's really really cute, and they do a lot of mixology, and there's it's a more like enclosed space, darker. It doesn't even look like you're. It's yeah, it's a speakeasy, what that's that they call here in America, and it's really really beautiful. So and this holds not a lot of people, up to 150 200, so we can do like private events all day long there. It's very easy. Then we have throughout the whole complex, we have the cowboy bar that is called PBR, and the big bull is right here. And it's really beautiful. It holds up to 500 people. They do weekly events, a lot of weekly events everywhere. And we also have like the outside area here and the indoors. We're gonna get there in a minute. They also have like a pizza place that is known for Boston, and we can always. So this is like such a huge complex. They have a, a shark bar that is another club that we can close down, holds 200 people, and it's like a surfer bar. So all different atmosphere, all different scenarios that we can work with. And they have a high end downstairs, a very high end um, PTC that's like themed. And the parking lot is attached, and we are on International Drive on the main area. And then this is the other where I'm walking through very fast just so to show you guys the whole atmosphere. But I think I can maybe do another video that is going to show you guys more options with more detail because right now I'm just walking, but it's really on International Drive attached to the convention center. And this is, look, this is a live. Yeah, I'm showing everybody. Look. Hola. So this is um, a stadium that they're putting together here for a concert right now. We have it in house, so a lot of our AV capabilities and all of those things we can do in house, which is really cool. So it also helps with the price point. Just so you guys understand, this holds up to 500 people for a concert, and then this is the International Drive, and over there is the convention center. So we are doing a lot of events that when they come to special conventions here in Orlando, they can walk and just show the badge and have a special and something like that. Now we're a little bit backstage because I'm getting to the to the sports and social one. Oh, sorry, to the PBR. And PBR is such a cool venue. It holds up to 500 people depending on the setup. And then we also have here the the bull. You can see the bull over there. I'm gonna ask Jesse to jump in the bull. No, I'm just kidding. It's not on. I wouldn't if it was on. And then we have always DJs, always the opportunity to have DJs, and we always have the opportunity to have live music and to have bands. So this is the area for bands and a lot of areas for VIPs. So even if it's a, I know in the Brazilian market and South American, sometimes the number of guests is not like to buy it out like a PBR, but they are so lively that we can make a secluded area with open bar or maybe just a VIP area. So we don't have to like close the venue to the client, but and so now there's a Hall of Fame here for the PBR. I love the chairs. I know the details, but I love the details. Look at the chairs. They're like if you're in a horse. And they have the Hall of Fame here. So PBR is a very cool. This is so busy every time, and we can create a VIP section for our guests, and also they can interact with because they come in line dance, they come dressed. I think, and we have those. I'm showing you guys the one in Orlando, but all the 14 districts they have PBRs in sports and social. So we do have a lot of different options for PBR in sports and social that we can use in different states. So, for example, if you have a group in Atlanta, or if you have a group in Baltimore, or if you have a group in St. Louis or in Texas, there's we have 14 districts within United States, and those two concepts are the ones that are always there. And this one, it's in some of them. And this is another concept that is called Shark Bar. It's kind of, I love this one because it looks like you're in the beach. The lighting is so cool and the venue is open. It looks like the floor is water, and they drop bubbles with CO2 and it blobs. So it's really experiential, very themed. Everything that they have, it's very themed, and it's not crazy to do buyouts for most of them because they're very nightclub-ish. So if you want to do during the day, or if you want to do on a day that they're not open, which is sometimes the groups are here on a weekday, we can really work with them to create a very unique experience. Their catering is good. I vouch for the food because I'm picky on the food side. Um, they even done some Brazilian stuff for me specifically when I requested. So there's a lot of different vibes and experiences that we've been showing. There's one more venue to show if you guys still have a minute. If you have to go, I mean, I totally get it. But since the Wi-Fi is going for, I wasn't sure if it was gonna go for it, but it's going. And see that this is not ours, but it's our partner too, Taverna Opa, which is a Greek taverna. It's the only one that is within the complex that is actually not doesn't belong to the company, which is an easy thing because if you're requesting, I can request all of them at the same time, and that helps me a lot.
And then if they do a private event at one of the complexes, like they have party passes to go to the other ones if they're open too.
Yes, we always give them party passes. We can even do a flow. We've done dine arounds too. So we can be very creative here. Aloha represents them, my other company. So that helps me quite a bit. And then just to finalize, I'm going to show you guys, we're back at sports, like as you can see. I'm just going to show you PTC. This big DJ on the electronic music called Kaigo. He's Swedish. He partnered with the owners of the companies, the general company, and they created a new concept. They used to have a concept for all the DJs that is called Palm Tree Crew, which is a special crew for DJs, and they created Palm Tree Club. And they have the lounge upstairs, which is the one that we're gonna go. And oh yes, Jesse wants to show that there's portable chargers here for the clients, and Palm Tree, he always plays with the major DJs, and they come here often. So sometimes we can have a major DJ playing, and they do very VIP because this place holds up to 200 people. Because it's not open right now, you cannot see the LEDs, but it's kind of like a rooftop with LED in the ceiling and LED everywhere. So it's really, really cool. And this is just the lounge, which is like the club atmosphere. But the high end that I was talking about before has like Michelin chef and everything. Is the chef. Jessica cannot open the door because she's not tall enough.
I cannot reach it.
She's trying to open the door, but she's tiny. So we have a staircase to go up the stairs, and downstairs is where the restaurant is, and the restaurant is just gorgeous. So just so you see from the top here, this is the Rosen Hotel is attached to the convention center. So the convention center starts right where the palm tree is where the convention center starts. So we literally are walking distance to the convention center, and that's why this venue, since they opened, which is 5 months now ago, they've been doing amazing because of how much traffic they have from the conventions. And I know a lot of our clients come to conventions in Orlando, and we can do the pre and post event. And also logistics throughout, and it's so easy because the people show their badge and they're already there, or we can do VIP areas and everything. So Palm Tree Club is the new baby on the company. It's just such a beautiful venue, and their food and beverage is just amazing. I hope it's open. I don't think we're gonna be able to open Palm Tree Club. We're here on the outside area of Palm Tree. Jesse's gonna try to see if the doors. I was gonna say they open just at night, so I don't know. But I don't know if you guys can see, but this one has a lot of semi-private and private rooms. There are also a lounge DJ playing, and it's very high end. This is being very popular. I'm gonna send you videos of all the venues because right now we're just describing them. This holds up to 250 people seated indoors, and it's really, really fun atmosphere. Yes, and yeah, we can do buyouts. This is open every day though. Palm Tree Club is the one that is open every day. Our neighbor venues here, just in general, the pub, Cuba Libre, there's a Mexican, there's Hamilton Social. So we're in the complex right in the heart of Orlando with a lot of different theme restaurants that we can walk through. And there's parking. We validate the parking if the clients comes on their own. But the bus loop is really easy, accessible, and you don't even have to walk up the stairs. They have electric stairway up to go up and down. I mean, we did a really quick walkthrough just so you guys have a quick view of what it is.
Proper materials.
But we are gonna give you proper materials. We just want to make you guys excited about it because we are. But that's it, guys. I think I kind of went through what we are trying to accomplish here. Please feel free to contact us anytime you guys need anything, questions, and anything. And glad that we had a good morning together.
Yes. Different, very
Yes,
atypical, without impromptu walkthrough and all.
yes, you registered for a webinar and you got a site inspection. So
I know,
how cool
exactly.
is
Like
that?
totally, this is very us. Totally not planned, but like it worked out great in the sense that like we were able to show extra.
Amazing. Thank you for staying more time. And if you still have questions, we're here Otherwise, you will receive the presentation, the video of this recording, so you can watch with your team at the office and be inspired for new sessions. Stay tuned in our channels, Instagram, inspire.mice, and you will also receive information through webinar and newsletter.
Thank you so much, everyone. See you around.
Thanks, everybody.
Obrigada. Have a good day.
Obrigada. Tchau, tchau.
Obrigada,
Tchau.
gente. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.